Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss two-person zero-sum game. How to calculate solution of a two-person zero-sum game. So before that, we must be clear about the meaning of two-person zero-sum game. So two-person means there would be exactly two players in a particular game. And what is the meaning of zero-sum? It means the profit of a competitor or of a player is exactly equal to the loss of other player. Okay, so let's start with an illustration in which we are having two companies, company A and company B. Suppose that they are dealing in similar kind of products or in similar product categories, and now they are competing with each other to gain the market share. Suppose the company B holds 55% of the market share and company A holds 45% of the market share. So at present they are struggling or competing with each other to gain the market shares. So, and for that purpose, in this particular illustration, suppose A has three different strategies: strategy A, strategy B, and strategy 3, and they can be related with anything. A1 can be with the low advertisement, A2 can be related with the sales promotion, or A3 can be related with high advertisement. Similarly, there are three strategies with company B. So in a similar manner, B1, B2, B3 can be related with any aspect of the marketing or any aspect of efforts that are taken or made to gain the market share by company B. So in this situation, we have a two-person in which A and B are two-person zero-sum game. It means the gain of A would be exactly equal to the loss of B, and vice versa. The gain of B would be exactly equal to the loss of the company A. So it is the situation, and now we have to find out the solution or find out or to select the optimal strategy for player A and player B. So let's start with this problem or question. Now suppose the company A is opting or employing strategy A1. So in counter of that, company B can employ any of these strategies. Company B can employ B1 or B2 or B3. So there would be three combinations. In response to strategy A1, the company B can employ B1, the company B can employ B2, or company B can employ B3. So in response of this strategy, there can be three possible actions that would be taken by company B. So there would be three combinations: A1, B1, A1, B2, or A1, B3. Similarly, in second case, if company A employs strategy A2, then again there would be three options with company B. Company B can opt for B1 or B2 or B3. Again there would be three combinations, and similarly if A adopts A3, then there would be three combinations. So in total there would be 9 combinations. So this matrix would be of order 3 by 3. So in total there would be 9 combinations. So now we have to select the best combination for both of these competitors. So before that, we must understand that, we must keep in mind that this matrix is formulated from point of view of A. What does it mean? It means that the positive values show the gain of company A, and the negative values show loss of company A or profit of company B. So you must keep in mind while solving or dealing with these kind of problems. So let's start. And before starting this illustration, we must keep in mind these assumptions. What is the first assumption? That every player aware about the information given in this table. It means player B and player A are well aware about the information given in this table. And what is the second assumption? but not aware about the move other is likely to take. It means B is not aware about the action A is likely to take, and similarly A is not aware about the B, that which action or strategy B is going to adopt. So they know the information given in this table, but they don't know which strategy the counterpart or the competitor is going to adopt. What is the third assumption? That players would follow the conservative approach. Okay, it is the most important part of this illustration, that player A and B are going to adopt conservative approach. It means, what does it mean? It means that they would not focus on profit maximization. Instead, they would focus on risk minimization. It means they are going to select the worst scenario, and out of that scenario they would take, according to that scenario they would take their actions, or would select their strategies. Okay, so these are basic assumptions that we must keep in mind while solving these problems. So let's start with A. So suppose if A is employing strategy A1 or opting strategy A1, then in counter of that B can adopt any one, B1, B2 or B3. In first combination there would be benefit of A, in second combination there would be benefit of B, and in third combination there would be benefit of again company B. So as you know that every player is going to adopt or follow conservative approach. So according to that conservatism, what would be the selection of company A in this scenario? Rather, according to conservative approach, the company A is going to select the minimum value in this particular row. And what is the minimum value in this particular row? It is minus 8. Similarly, if company A is going to adopt A2 strategy, then in that case again B can employ any of the three strategies. Then again, what would be the least value in this row? According to conservative approach, it is 3. So the minimum value in this row would be 3. Similarly, in this row the minimum value would be equal to minus 10. Remember that we are following conservative approach. It means we are going to consider the worst scenario for a particular competitor. So company A is selecting the worst scenario. So if company A is opting A1, the worst case can be minus 8, that it could lose 8% market share to B. So we are considering the worst case, that is minus 8. In case of strategy A2, the worst situation can be, or the most negative situation can be 3, that A could get 3% of market share. So we are going to select this one. In third case, the most negative outcome could be minus 10. So we are going to select this one. So what would be the heading of these values? We are going to call them row minima. That is the minimum value of particular row. Now in a similar way, we are going to apply this step for B, for company B, and we would call them column maxima. Now remember that the positive value means the loss of B and negative value means the profit of B. So what is the column maxima? In the first column the maximum value is 12. In the second column the maximum value is 7, and in third column the maximum value is 3. Okay. Remember that A is trying to avoid the worst scenario, and similarly B is trying to avoid the worst scenario or minimizing the risk in particular case. Now after doing this, what would be the strategy of A? From these three values, which one A would select? Obviously the A would select this one, because in this case the A is at least getting 3% of market share. In first case it is losing 8%, in third case it is losing again 10% of the market share. So the strategy of A would be here maximin or maxmin. What does it mean? The maximum of the minimum values. The maximum of the minimum values. So from every row we selected minimum value, and out of those minimum values we have selected maximum value. So what would be the principle? It would be known as maximin principle. Maximum out of minimum. So initially we selected minimum values, then we selected out of them the maximum value, and maximum value is 3. Now in case of B, B would adopt minimax approach. It is just opposite of maximin. It means minimum out of the maximum values. Minimum out of the maximum values, because in each column we have selected the maximum value. So the maximum benefit of company A. In first strategy, the maximum profit to company A, possible profit to company is 12% of market share. In second, it is 7% of market share, and in third, it is 3% of market share. So company B is trying to minimize the benefit to company A, because the company B is trying to minimize the profit of or gain of company A. So that's why the company is going to select the minimum of these values. So we will call it minimax. Initially we selected maximum value from each column, from first, second and third, and then among them we are selecting the minimum value, and minimum value is equal to 3, and minimum value is equal to 3. So coincidentally, for A and for B, the maximum value is equal to minimax. Maximum for A is equal to minimax of company B. So this value is known as the value of the game, or game value. What is the value of game? It is equal to 3. That at its best, A can get maximum 3% of market share, and B, after trying all strategies or taking all actions, can restrict A to gain up to gaining 3% of market share. So it is the net value of the game, or net impact of the game. What is the net impact of the game? It is equal to 3, positive 3. It means company A is going to gain 3% of market share, and in opposite of that, company B is going to lose 3% of the market share. And remember that when maximum value is equal to minimax on any particular point, we call that point saddle point. We call that point saddle point. So in this particular case, maximum is equal to minimax, that is equal to 3. So 3 is saddle point. Saddle point in this case is 3. So, and now look at the value for 3 in this table. It is given here. So the solution of this problem would be that company A is going to adopt strategy A2, because 3 is lying in this row. So we are going to select strategy A2. Company A is going to adopt strategy A2, and in counter of that, where's 3? If we talk about B, it is in third column. In counter of that, B is going to adopt strategy B3. So what would be the answer? It would be, what would be the final combination? A2 B3. And what would be the net impact? It is equal to 3. So answer is, company A is going to adopt strategy A2, this one, and in counter of that, B is going to adopt strategy B3. So it is the answer of this particular problem or question. And remember that this is the most simple situation in most simple game situation in which we have saddle point. Now you can see that we have company A selected only one strategy, that is A2, and similarly company B has also selected only one strategy, that is B3. So we will call it this situation pure strategy selection, or we would call them pure strategies, because in a problem when we have saddle point, then the players would select the pure strategies. What is the meaning of pure strategy? That we are going to select only one strategy. We are not going to select different strategies in different proportion or combination. That we are not going to select the combination of A1, A2, or combination of A1, A3, or A2 or A3. We are selecting exactly one strategy. Similarly, the other competitor is also selecting exactly one strategy. So we would call them pure strategies. It means there is no combination of strategies. There is a single strategy in a particular game. So when there is a saddle point in a game situation, there would always be pure strategies from the competitors. So the optimal strategy for A would be A2, and for optimal strategy for B would be 3, because by adopting A2, A1 is ensuring at least 3% gain of market share, and by adopting B3, B is restricting A on restricting A to gain 3% of the market share. So you can put some questions here. Why A has not selected strategy A1? Because in first situation A is gaining 12% of market share. Now remember, suppose if A has selected strategy A1, then A don't know which strategy B is going to adopt. If B is adopting B1, then everything is fine. A would gain 12% of market share. But what if B adopted B2? Then A would lose 8% of market share. Similarly, if B adopted B3, then A would lose again 2% of market share. So similarly, you can put a question on company B, why B has not selected strategy B2, because in that, or B1, because in this case the maximum gain is 10%. B can get 10% of market share. But again remember, in counter of B1, A also can adopt any strategy. What if in counter of B1, A adopted A1 strategy? Then B would lose 12% of market share. Similarly, if B have adopted B2 strategy, then in counter of that, A can adopt A2. Then what would be the loss of for B? It would be equal to 7% of market share. So in these kind of situations, when the players would follow the conservative approach. It means they are going to avoid the most negative outcome for them by minimizing their risk. They are not focusing on maximization of the profit. They are just minimizing their loss. Okay. So this is the balanced kind of problem of a game in which we have saddle point, we have pure strategies, and we have maximin is equal to minimax. So remember, for A we always calculate row minima, and for B we always calculate column maxima. And there can be other case, we can calculate if we have developed matrix from the point of view of B, then we can calculate row minima for B and column maxima for A. So in the next video we will discuss some other illustrations of, or some other situations of a game. Thank you.